Hey everyone, Don and Ash here.
Hello.
Back for another reaction video. This time we're going to be continuing on with our NF journey, along with the song "Leave Me Alone." This one is After the Search, and it's off the album The Search.
The
Yes,
search, yeah.
yes, it is. Yeah, I don't know why I always hesitate on the albums. Never mind, I get nervous. Okay. Anyways, this song we have heard before. It's absolutely awesome. It's
Leave
such
me
a
alone.
yeah. No, it's so good, and like it's fairly long for a video. It's over 5 minutes. Which is awesome. I'm gonna try not to get too distracted by the visuals and try to remember some of the lyrics. But thankfully, I already know the lyrics are down in the comments, so we'll run through them after, and get to see what you guys' favorite bits are. Without further ado, let's hop right in.
Yeah.
Hey! Panic stricken, handle business, not a joke, yeah. Manners missing, travel different, no control, yeah. Time to listen, time to zip it, keep it close. My description, highly gifted, take some notes, yeah. Lack of interest, why'd you visit? Hit the road, yeah. I'm kinda twisted, so keep your distance, be a ghost. Yeah, see, I'm inventive, but quite the menace. You ain't know? Well, then I'm offended. Let's jog your memories, here we go, yeah. I went from nobody to kind of famous. Hide my plaques inside a closet, I just can't explain it. My wife, she tells me that she's proud and thinks that I should hang them, but I just leave them on the ground right next to my self-hatred. Yeah, mental health, where's my mental health? Diagnosed with OCD, what does that mean? We'll gather around. That means I obsessively obsess on things I think about. That means I might take a normal thought and think it's so profound. Ruminating, fill balloons are full of doubts, do the same things. If I don't, I'm overwhelmed, thoughts are pacing. They go round and round and round, it's so draining. Let's move on to something else. Fine, running the game if they don't even know it. Like I'm undercover and knowing to blow it. They come out and know it, they don't even notice. The flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. I'm under the weather but wind isn't blowing. I got an umbrella for difficult moments. You gotta admit it, I'm very devoted. I'm out in the rain but it don't always alright. Hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away, but I'm scared if I do then I'll be more afraid. Tell them how I feel but they don't wanna change. Tell them how I feel but they remain the same. Loosen up my grip, they say that's not okay. Quiet, hey, leave me alone. Hey, yeah, quiet, yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, quiet, yeah, leave me alone. I hate when they debate if we're underrated. We're so overlooked that they're looking over our numbers, Nathan. We don't do enough interviews or go out in public lately. We don't post enough on our socials to keep the buzz from fading. Let it fade, yeah, let it fade. Once it's decimated, then you drop a song out of nowhere and all the fans embrace it. Then the buzz will surface again as part of my operation. I don't need advice from my gals right now, end of conversation. Shut your mouth, yeah, shut your mouth. Better tone it down, close it now. If you make a sound, I'ma change it down. Funny how they be acting loud, coming unannounced, floating round. Man, the kid is wild, pretty wild, true. I'm kinda funny but don't really show it. I keep it together but have a disorder. I go to my room and I sit in my corner and talk to myself in a language that's foreign. I think of a rhyme and I have to record it, but no, if I don't, I wake up in the morning and question my life again, always avoiding. I hate to be different but hate to be normal, so I hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away, but I'm scared if I do then I'll be more afraid. Tell them how I feel but they don't wanna change. Tell them how I feel but they remain the same. Loosen up my grip, they say that's not okay. Quiet, hey, leave me alone. Hey, yeah, quiet, yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, quiet, yeah, leave me alone. Remember back in No Name I said fan called. Told you I hung up, it kinda felt wrong. Finally called him back, we didn't talk long. He asked me how I'd been, I sent him this song. Yeah, think he took offense, he kinda seemed off. I texted him that night to ask what he thought. It took a couple days to get a response, but once I finally did, he said the song sucks. Feel the symptoms, couldn't miss them, wrestle with them, then I pin and flip them. Brought some back up, Noah, you should get some. Who you dissing? Mood is switching, don't come in the kitchen, you should listen. Cooking record for my hands are blistering. So persistent, don't forget this, hold attention. Soul is bending, no pretending, open-ended, low percentage, so demented. Whole consensus, flow tremendous, no apprentice, dope incentive, show intense. expensive, so possessive, tone aggressive. Watch your step when I hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away. But I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone. Hey, yeah. Quiet. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yeah. Quiet. Hey.
Awesome. So yeah, it's been a long time since I seen that music video. I think I only watched it once, and normally I just would listen to the song itself. Wicked song, honestly, and wicked visuals
Yes.
in the music video. Obviously, it's very, I guess, apparent. I mean, it's, I guess, easy if you kind of get swept up into the whole song itself and stuff. But still pushing the cart that he was pushing in in the previous music video, "The Search,"
Yes.
and finally made his way down to a entertainment, park or whatever.
Yeah. The abandoned amusement park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of strong visuals between the just the clown vibe, or the um kind of like, how to say, like, I understand this album's The Search, so I guess there's like everything from interpreting as the search for yourself,
Yeah.
or the search through, like, he brought up the OCD thing, and on the previous one I think he said um I think one of the previous lines in the search was something about taking some time to find himself or something, and that's
Yes.
right. So
Yeah.
so I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, in this you see the strong visual themes of, like, the human, like, the lineup in the dark clothes and going to the white clothes,
Yeah.
and that for me is like, are they like checking into, like, kind of like a an asylum type thing,
They're
or
or
they're like
like I almost see it as like, yeah, maybe that, or just like willing to go to like therapy, or just
that too? Yeah, yeah,
willing to start facing their black balloons. Start facing the burdens that they have, start facing what's bothering them. And I say burdens because he referenced I brought some with me in the search.
yeah,
Um
and you see him give him away at the end, right?
yeah, and he's almost like I'm not I want to say hesitant, but not hesitant. Like it's just like
Oh,
so
no, I would say you're right. I would say you're right with
it's
that.
so hard.
Honestly, yeah.
It's hesitant, nervous. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to confront the things that are bothering you that deeply, right? It's hard to confront those. So I totally get the like, yeah, the hesitation
Yeah, I
there.
would say, yeah, say
It's
hesitation is the word,
hard,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Um, yeah, it's, I guess, like, um, asylum is the word I try to use, just 'cause, like, it's not that they're going into, like, an actual, like, mental ward or something, but, I'm just struggling to describe how, um, you have to be willing to, like, yeah, I got vulnerable is a
It's
good
like,
word for it. You have to,
yeah,
I guess since
because you,
there's so many different, like, nuances to the way I guess you could interpret this, but I think a good general way to look at it is just, yeah, either facing your fears yourself or facing them via outside help or something like that, or just being willing to um either face or let go of burdens. I almost see it from both ways. Either way,
yeah,
either way, it's like it's such a strong,
like, yeah, like
the message is so visually strong.
yeah, it's just willing to take those first steps, I guess, to again facing those fears, burdens, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. Let's pick
just
out.
having the progression to move forward.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's pick up maybe just a couple of lyrics that we like. Don't want to go through all of them, but I like, just from the beginning of him talking about diagnosed with OCD. What does that mean? Well, gather around. That means I obsessively obsess about things I talk about. That means I might take a normal thought and think it's so profound. And then you hear the "leave me alone" in the background, right? Ruminating, filled balloons, full of doubts. Do the same things. If I don't, I'm overwhelmed. Thoughts are pacing. They go round and round and round. It's so draining. Let's move on to something else. Fine. Um,
And also, yeah, when he does say like in the video when he's just like fine, like it is
yeah,
just such a short like okay,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's that line is just so. It's like, it's very telling of the, again, like, whether you're talking to yourself and you're just battling your own thoughts and you're trying to be your own self therapist, or I'm really latching on this therapist thing because I guess it can go both ways. Like, honestly,
yeah,
these could be an internal conversation, or it could be an external conversation that you're having with somebody else.
for sure.
Um, but like that person, being a therapist or whatever, they're, you know, resentfully, you don't want to go through the,
Fine, yeah.
yeah, yeah, right. So no, I really like that, and that line was just, it stood out for me. I think right before, I think he goes into the fast part right after that, doesn't he?
Yes,
Right,
yeah. Um and
faster, yeah,
I was gonna just add, like it's easy to get overwhelmed, like he mentions, by your thoughts, whether they're good or bad. Right? Like it's easy to get carried away with good thoughts and it's easy to get carried away with the not so good ones.
of course.
But yes, right after this he did go into that fast part and I was just like I tried to listen, but it was hard for me to pick up on some of those lines, I will
Oh
admit.
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's sick. It's sick. I, don't- I it's not. I don't want to do it like a full breakdown, right? It's just, yeah, the fast part was sick and everything. And if there's any other lines that stuck out to you, just, yeah.
For sure.
Um, but yeah, I love the song. I love the visuals. Honestly, this is a song that I think that um its relatable themes are very grounded, and the song itself is such a banger that even if you don't want to get so like introspective about it, you can just absolutely like flow to the song.
Yeah.
That's uh, all of them.
Yeah. Also, I think yeah, one of my favorite kind of visuals to accompany the lyrics here is I think it's sort of near the end, but when he's literally like almost yelling at his balloons, "Leave me alone," at the balloons. And just like you hear the quiet, 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 like again, it's just battling those inner thoughts that he needs to deal with. And uh it's easy that again they're getting loud though he's just like quiet, like he needs some silence or he needs a little bit of a break and time to think. um like again he says at the beginning take some time to himself, right? But again I just love that he was like literally yelling at the balloons, yelling at his burdens, right? It really showcases like the weight of them.
I mean, yeah. I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I agree. I just, um, I don't think, how to say it. I think the things he's talking about are almost very obvious, right? You are famous at this point. You are on your third or fourth album. Um, obviously there's going to be pressure at the position you're in.
Yeah,
So, there could be things that he's talking about, and of course there could be burdens he's talking about that we don't know about, that public doesn't know about, that are
sure.
personal, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I feel like you could kind of probably safely assume that at least some of those problems have to do with just the position that he's in as a performer,
yes,
right? And I feel like it's a very commonplace, and not something that's very guesswork. Like, it's not something that's, oh, hush hush, and like, I don't know what's going on. It's like, this is what happens to performers or anybody that's in the spotlight for a long
yeah,
time. And it's that they I feel like they do go through, just like regular, people do. You gotta find yourself time and time and again. And when you're in a position like he is in, with a lot of external pressure, sometimes, an extreme example would be like, pulling a Britney or something like that. Honestly, right? It happens to a lot of stars where you just have to, uh, you don't essentially want to do something, that everyone else is going to brand as crazy because they don't quite understand totally hard to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, especially if you're so disassociated from their actual life, what's going on in their daily life,
yeah.
and you don't know what's going on. But yeah, I feel like that's a very commonplace issue. So um,
Yeah, that does tie in with some of those lyrics too, where he's like, we don't do enough interviews, we're not posting enough on social,
yeah,
and that kind of thing.
that's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah,
No, that's absolutely what I'm saying. It's and I want. That's kind of why I said,
yeah,
you can't imagine, as much as you try to imagine. How are you supposed to imagine um a million comments?
like the scale of that.
How are you supposed to imagine, I don't know, 100,000 people waiting for you at a concert and you get sick?
Yeah.
What do you think all the news are? Like, it's just like stupid stuff, right? It's like it's situations that you would never imagine yourself in, and then that you barely have control over unless you just be a part of the circus wheel. Because honestly, there's so many parts that go along with just being in that position that you don't have control over. So I imagine
Yeah.
it's very stressful. So um yeah, let us know what your interpretation is from this video, lyrics, music video, favorite parts and favorite themes and stuff like that. And yeah, if you're liking our journey so far, it's been quite a while. It's quite the journey so far, and we're working our way through it. So we still got, I don't know, a couple more weeks to go or something like that.
Mhm.
And like I said, if you're liking it, please do. I was gonna say us a favor. I don't know. Please join along and liking, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.
Bye.